Hi folks, Rick here. Welcome to my channel. All right, well today here, do a little bit of maintenance on the Raptor. You can see here I've got it pretty much torn down. Thought I'd do a little video today, and this is unfortunately my second one. I just did a nice video and didn't have any sound to it. It's amazing what can happen a lot of times on these stupid videos. But anyway, I kind of do my maintenance in kind of two different phases here. The first one is I kind of go from front to back and really inspect everything as best as I can. A lot of visual inspections, checks, movements, to try to get a list of stuff that's bad and get parts coming and get it on order. And then once all that's done, then I kind of go back and physically start doing the work, start doing the physical service. Sometimes when you do that, you get stuff up on the bench, a little closer inspections, you'll actually find other stuff that's wrong. But I kind of do it in two phases there again, so it allows me to get the bulk of the parts on order first. So actually when I can start doing the service, I got everything I need and I can just get this thing done. So I kind of completed the phase one. So at that here, go ahead and just start off in the back here and kind of let you know here what I found and kind of what I've done. But really, everything in the back here, other than it being really dirty, unfortunately there, it was really dirty and I had an accident and then I wasn't able to get it washed before the temperature dropped too low. So having to work through some dirty stuff there and spend an extra time cleaning it. But all the exhaust system, all the rear of the bike's in great shape. On the back in here on the swing arm, everything's in good order on here. Chain sprockets in good shape, chain roller shot, so I got a new one of those things. The bearings are all in good shape, no issues with anything like that. I have since pulled the swing arm completely off checked all the bearings, checked all my linkage bearings, all that stuff's in great shape, cleaned everything, serviced it, got it kind of at least back on here. But again, the closer inspection there, once I had it apart, the actual pivot bolt has a little bit of wear on it, and so I don't want to go out there with that, so I had to order a new pivot bolt. I don't have that yet, so it's still kind of sitting here. Got the suspension off, so I got my Elkas here. That's my rear shock there. Got it all serviced. They're all ready to go. You can see here some new GBC tires, hopefully on film. That's all ready to go. I'll sell my old ones here. Old ones are in great shape. Edges are just a little bit gone. I don't like to cut them myself. It's just not my thing. I'll just put new tires on there and sell these old ones and make someone a good deal on them. But in the back here, again, everything's in really good shape. The rear brakes, it's got a brand new rotor on it. From last year, still in great shape. The pads are actually in great shape, but I'm going to replace them. Use the EBC centered R. I've been kind of almost exclusively going back to OEM on stuff anymore because I've had just a rash of aftermarket issues. I don't know what's going on, if I just have seriously bad luck or if people are cutting corners because of the shipping issues, or if these Chinese manufacturers, which is where they're getting all these parts from, are just doing a terrible job, a worse job than they already do, and no one's doing a quality control check. But I have got aggravated and just going back almost to complete OEM, this stuff's garbage. And something I feel has changed because these companies couldn't stay in business and selling this junk that's going out there right now. So the brakes, so the EBCs, I've had, I don't know where they're manufactured at, but they work perfectly. I love those brakes. So they're going back on here. The brake pins are shot. Put brand new ones in last year, completely shot now. The ones I took out last year had 3 years of racing on them. They were the factory ones. They look 10 times better than these ones that's got 1 year of racing on them. I don't even surprise these things would have lasted much longer. Garbage. Again, aftermarket ones. So new OEM pins for the brake pads coming in. But that'll really take care. I'll put my the suspension back on here. That'll wrap up the back here. Everything's in good shape. Carrier bearings, all that kind of stuff's in good shape. I do need to flush out the brake fluid. That's something I'll do at the end. The rest of the bike moving up here, other than being dirty, again, counter sprockets in great shape. All my components, Nerf bars are in good shape. Got to adjust the valves. That's a simple, easy job. I'll probably do that this weekend. Just haven't got to that far. Steering stem is in good shape. Lower bearings in good shape. The bushing is shot. We'll replace that. My handlebars are tweaked a little bit. New handlebars, grips. Gonna put a new safety lanyard on that. That'll all be take care of basically up there. Gonna service everything. You know, lube my cables. I'll check my Ramosi on there, lube that. Check my shock and vibes handlebar suspension system. That's all in good order, but I'll clean that really good. Need to inspect my precision steering stabilizer. So I've checked it all. It's all in good order. But this is one here. Phase 2 is I'll actually take that off, clean it up really good, and then inspect all the linkage and make sure there's nothing wrong. Service everything, make sure it's all in good shape. I could find something at that time. I doubt it, but that's an example of something I do on the second phase. You know, same thing as like the swing arm here. I checked everything. All the bearings were in good shape, but then when I pull the thing off, I take it on the bench. I physically check all the bearings myself, roll them around behind, make sure there's nothing in there, get in there with a flashlight, make sure all that stuff's in good shape. Sometimes you find it at that time. There's been several times there. On the dirt bike I had, I actually checked my linkage bearings, perfect shape, all roll good, everything is in good shape. When I took them off and got them on the bench there, they all fell out on the bench. I don't know how that happened, but the visual check, the hand, you're checking for looseness, checking for make sure they roll smooth, stuff that you would do more visual inspection, but even just kind of hands-on, checked out perfectly. Got them up on the bench where you can really check the bearings there with all the races out of them and stuff like that, garbage. So it always pays to do a real thorough inspection there on this stuff there. So my swing arm bearings are all in good shape. We'll see what happens there with the precision. I'm sure that'll be in good shape. But everything's looking good on the front end. Checked all my A-arms. Those bearings are in good shape. Ball joints are in good shape. Tie rod ends are in good shape. Everything's in alignment. All good there. The front brakes, really the same story. There's the back. The rotors are in good shape, need new pins, need new pads, got all that stuff already. The front hubs I am going to pull off and need to take to my bench to do an inspection on it. I put brand new, aftermarket, top quality bearings in that thing, 6 months. They were shot completely. I'm talking these things were complete garbage in 6 months. At the time, this is before I got completely aggravated with this aftermarket parts. I got a different vendor and put those in there. They feel good. I don't notice any issues yet, but I'm going to take them up there because I'm nervous, and I'll probably end up just ordering some OEM ones regardless and replacing them anyway. But I'm a little nervous, I know, so I got to pull those off and check them yet. I haven't got that far. Initially, though, everything's tight, everything's right, not having any issues with anything there. Going to need to flush out, obviously, the front brake fluid as well. Put some new, I use Maxima racing brake fluid there. It's a high temp synthetic brake fluid. I've not had any brake fade with that stuff there at all. With the combination of a steel braided brake line, the Maxima racing brake fluid, and those EBC centered R brake pads, you've got no problems there under the worst conditions. You've got no brake pads. I don't care whether they're covered with mud or not, the thing stops great. So had really good luck with that. Outside of that, everything's in good shape. Tweaked my bumper a little bit, so I'll put that back in order. The coolant, got fresh coolant on there. Just got to make sure I clean the fins straight, or clean all the radiator fins and make sure all the fins none of them are bent over. I'll straighten any of that stuff out. But that is really it for this Raptor here. There isn't a whole lot of stuff you got to do to it. I do got to service it, change the oil, do the filter, that kind of stuff there. But you don't got to touch the engine there. That's kind of the key to it. It's just leave that alone. It'll work good for you there. Just make sure you can keep it serviced there. But yeah, that's it. Again, the phase 1 there I've kind of went through. Why I do that is it allows me to get the parts list. So I've got all my parts in. Right now I've got every single part that I need that I'm aware of this, other than my pivot bolt here for the swing arm, which will be in here in a couple days. So next weekend I'll put that together. But I've literally got all my parts in, so now I can just start servicing this thing as I get time. I'll have the parts readily available, and then hopefully here I don't find much else wrong with this thing here. But yeah, other than that, the big spend this year is new tires and getting my suspension service, which are two basic things. There's just nothing else going wrong with this thing. So this will be good to go. I'll probably do another video when I get a little bit farther done with this thing, let you know if I found anything else, and kind of see the progress on how it goes. But other than that, if you're stuck in the garage wearing your brown jacket like I am, there's no place to ride where I'm at. It's too damn cold. It's below freezing. And this is what I do. Go through and maintain my bike so next year I don't have any problems with it. So with that, take care.